Hello, my name is Kat and welcome to my channel. This is the first time you're here. Welcome, thank you for clicking. I make videos about life in Finland and random shit about my life, I guess. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my decision to make a career change in my 30s. So let's get to it. So the first thing is understanding why. Why did you do it? You had two businesses. These businesses were working just fine financially. As in, I had a lot of clients, I had enough money. All in all, we could call it a success. But, and here's like a very big but. I was living constantly in a state of burnout. 24/7, I was like checking my phone basically.
Answering emails, uploading invoices, sending bills to people.
I was my accountant, I was my administrator, I was my artist, I was my customer service representative.
2,000 years later.
I don't know, everything that goes with owning a business, even if it's a small business, and I was always on the go. Like, I was always in that mind. I wouldn't be able to take vacations like a normal person. So, being in the state of burnout and having the opportunity to take a 2-week break last year gave me time to rest and kind of recover my brain. And I started thinking, I can't keep doing this. So, in the hopes of trying to find some peace, I decided that I was ready for a career change. This was just not working out for me. I was absolutely miserable. So what was this big change? I started first thinking about 2D, 3D modeling so that I could work as a 3D modeler probably in some kind of game development house, like company. I changed my mind and decided to start learning how to program in C#. So I did some intro courses to Unity and C#. Then I came to the conclusion, wait a second, you're doing this again. You went into tattooing, liking to draw and do art, and then you hated it because it was work. So like, why are you going to ruin video games for yourself? So I pivoted again and decided, you know what, it makes more sense to try to go into something like web development. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna like it. So I had no idea, I had no like exposure to this web development thing. And I was like, okay, you know what, let's just try it. Let's start doing something. At that point, I was still working. I had already decided like, hey, I'm going to quit everything. Like, I'm going to close down my business in August. I'm sorry, guys. I am absolutely lying. I decided that I was going to close down my business in December. But anywho, I digress. So fast forward, I was doing this online, what's it called? The web develop,
Full stack web development bootcamp on Udemy by Cold Steel.
It was pretty good. I really liked Cold Steel, like the way that he teaches stuff. Building stuff was pretty cool, but I soon realized that, yeah, I'm going through this thing, but I don't feel confident to build anything on my own. So I started looking at the possibility of going to, what do they call it here? I'm sorry, I'm trying to think about the word in English. So they hold here's like the employment office here usually has these courses that they're called like työvoimakoulutus. I don't know how to translate this. Työvoima, like workforce schooling. That's the direct translation. I'm gonna stick with that. I was looking for opportunities in that. And one company that I was actually following for a while, which is a consulting, like I don't think they only do web development, I'm not sure, but like it's a tech consultancy. And they also have like this school part of the company, and that's how they started like training people. They opened up like a starter It's not called a boot camp, but like a starter boot camp for web development. And I'm like, I'm gonna apply there. Let's see if I can get in. I did. Interview was horrible. I thought I didn't get in, but I got in. I still do not know how because I am terrible at interviews. But I went to that, and after 4 months in that course, it just kind of really like cemented the whole thing. Like, yeah, I had decided to do the web development thing instead of the game development thing professionally, but I wasn't sure like how it was going to feel. And I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. I was like feeling really good. I was feeling really capable. I was, very interested in the topics. I felt challenged, and it was really fun. And not fun like hee fun, but like really like, I'm trying to solve this, solve these like challenges that they gave us, like these, like the homework and stuff. Learning new things every day, things that I had never even heard about before, and I was like, damn, this is cool. So yeah, that just really cemented it for me. So definitely that is what we are doing now. So right now, I am on the path to becoming a web developer. I just went into it like fully into it. I'm like, let's get this off the ground right away. And I guess one cool thing, and this is just very particular from here in Finland, since everything is usually done through the employment office, if you're like a job seeker or unemployed person, they have this thing here, which is also like recruitment school. So you kind of go into school for like a month or two, and then they place you at a company as a trainee or intern or something like that. So you don't get paid a salary, but you get the opportunity to get experience, and who knows, maybe even get hired if the company has space, if they have the need, if they like you. So that is also part of my plan. Now I want to talk a little bit about, like, I guess the human aspect of it. I mentioned the burnout, but that was like before doing this. Now let's talk a little bit about what's going on now. I am finding that I have to confront some imposter syndrome. And also, this is not a traditional path. I'm not going through school, like I'm not getting a computer science degree, or I'm not getting an information technology degree, because for me at this age, because I am 30, I don't remember if I'm 31 or 32, but it's one of those. It is one of those. I don't want to have to spend 4 or 5 years in school also learning a bunch of stuff that I'm not interested in, or that I'm not going to use. I'm not saying everything. Like, of course, there's a lot of stuff that I would like to learn. And I do like the structure of school, but I just don't feel like being tied down again for another 4 to 5 years like I was with my previous degree, which took me 7 years. So I decided to do it, like the self-study or boot camp way, So yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of imposter syndrome. Another thing that I'm dealing with is me as an introvert having to go out and do things like networking. Oh my God. I don't like that. I like talking to people, but the fact that I have to go out and network.
And networking also means talking about like what you're doing, like what do you know how to do, like what are you trying to achieve.
And it's like being a giant LinkedIn profile with legs and a megaphone, and so that has been quite difficult. It can be very exhausting. But yeah, I guess those are the main things that I'm dealing with. One thing that I forgot to add to the video was that at the beginning, since I was going down this self-learning route, even though I had like the web development thing already kind of like figure out at some point, it still felt very overwhelming to have so many options. This is definitely, I mean, I guess that's pretty much true for many industries, but here, like, for a starter, like trying to navigate all the possible like stacks and tools that are available and ways to do things, it was a lot. I felt a bit lost, kind of like being thrown into the ocean and just swimming around trying to figure out what direction to swim in, because I couldn't see any islands. So yeah, I just wanted to add that. There's also like this feeling like, am I too late? Am I kidding myself? Like, why am I doing this? Like, was it the right decision? And some days it absolutely feels like, yes, it was definitely the right decision. And other days I'm like, man, like, you really want to be starting from zero again? Like, why are you doing this to yourself? Well, that was all I had to share about this. If you are going through or have gone through a career change or any big changes in your 30s or later than what people expected you to do, tell me about it in the comments. Go ahead and share. Bye!